Welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. It's playoff time. That means intense hockey as the Panthers go for the cup. It also means broadcaster superstitions. Let me tell you about mine. When the Panthers win a game, I gotta use the same pen. And for some reason, when I'm doing my work and my game notes, I got this guy joining me. Let's take a look at your other favorite Panthers broadcasters.
I don't have any superstitions, but I played with some guys that were superstitious about everything. I had one teammate wouldn't change his laces in his skates throughout the playoffs. One, he wouldn't allow juicy fruit in the locker room because he thought it had evil spirits. And one player wouldn't look at the clock. He didn't know what time it was during the game. Oh, I played with some superstitious players.
I am a little bit superstitious. There was a time last year where we were on a 3-game losing skid. We were playing the Vancouver Canucks in Vancouver. I wore a ponytail for the first time all season. And then we won that game. The fans did take notice. They started a hashtag on Twitter. I think it was Katie's ponytail. And then we kind of turned things around from that moment. I don't want to take credit for some of those wins, but the ponytail is a thing. So I do switch up my hairstyle depending on the result of the game.
Well, you're going to think I'm really weird after this one, but my superstition really came from when I was in Vancouver. Barry Smith, we called him Smudge, our assistant. He was actually our video coach. He had this jar of, I'm not sure what it was, but before every game, I would stick my finger in it and kind of turn it around. That playoff, I had 7 goals, so I was actually riding that.
Playoff superstitions, one thing I had, white paint on my stick, and it had to be painted to the exact level up top, not an inch lower or an inch higher. That was one thing. Socks, had to change socks, new pair of socks every period, brand new. That had to be done, and I had my secret handshake with my former equipment manager, Scott Tinkler. That was imperative for me. From the broadcasting side, this is it. Ty wins, it stays. Ty loses, it's out.
A superstition? I don't know. I don't really have one, but I do just go about my game day routine. I like to make sure that I have everything in order, that I'm getting everything done to make sure that night's broadcast is as good as it can be. So I don't really have a superstition, but I just stick to my routine.
My whole life is a superstition. I cover hockey and baseball. What can I say? Yes, one of my first ones is anytime I see 11-11, I make a wish. I can't tell you what it is, but I'm sure you all can guess what I'm wishing for. And then a couple of seasons ago when we played the Washington Capitals, Craig Minervini was hosting for Game 2. I was watching as a fan, so I wore this shirt right here with the old school Leaping Cat. We won, so every game for the rest of that series, I wore this shirt, and I had to host, so I wore it underneath whatever outfit I would pick out to wear on camera. That's my superstition.
So there you have it, everybody. Panthers broadcasters and all the superstitious craziness.